Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl Katrina, and today, yes, as you can see, I have my embroidery machines behind me because we're going to be embroidering today, and I can't believe I've never done a video on this before. I don't know what took me so long because this is like so easy, so fun, and so simple to do. So you guessed it, you've seen the title. We are doing some custom embroidery patches. You can literally make embroidery patches on anything. Anything that you can stitch out, anything that you can digitize, you can turn it into a patch. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can take a file, an SVG, turn it into a patch, and I'm going to show you how you can create your own patch literally from scratch, alright? And then I'm going to show you how you can put it on a hat, alright? It's so easy and so fun to do. So stick around for today's video if you want to learn how to make patches. There's so many different methods. I just want to put that out there. There's so many different ways that you can make patches. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And if you already know how to make patches, you can also stick around if you want to learn some more embroidery tips. I am going to take you from start to finish on how I do the patches, how I apply it, how I create it, inside the software, everything, alright? And please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Make sure you turn on those notification bells so that way you don't miss out on any future videos. Follow along weekly because I do weekly tutorials on all types of tips and tricks on how to start and grow your business. So before I get started in today's video, I will be using my new 2-head. This is the 20 needle with the 10S panel. So I'll have all the information linked down below if you're interested in upgrading your embroidery machine or just starting an embroidery business. But over here on my right, this is the very first one that I started out with. This is the MT1501. This is the, I forgot the name of it. It's the 20 something Marquee 10S. I'll have it linked down in the description box. But this is a single head. So this is the 15 needle, and this one over here is the big boy, the 20 needle. So I'll have all that information linked down below in the description box if you're interested in getting an embroidery machine. And of course, please tell them Katrina sent you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into desktop mode. I'm going to be using Chroma Luxe software. When you get your embroidery machine, you're going to be starting out with Chroma Inspire, but I'm going to be using Chroma Luxe. That's the top tier. Just makes things a lot more easier and faster. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump in and let's create some patches. So I'm inside of the Chroma software, and I accidentally forgot to record the very beginning part of this, of me digitizing this patch. But all I did was take an SVG that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica. I'll have it linked down below in the description box, and I automatically digitized it. And then I created my offset, then I created the border, and I'll show you how to do that starting from scratch with an original patch that I'm going to create here. But this is so easy to do, and I'll do a separate video. So now I'm going to take a word and I'm going to turn it into a patch. So I went in my text tool, just typed out the word hustle, and now I'm just picking an original font that I've downloaded, and you click the right button where it says TT on the side, and you can just import your own font. Alright, so I have my patch here. I'm just going to enlarge the screen. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click on utility, and I'm going to create an outline. I'm going to create an outline. And right here, where you see the distance, I'm just going to enlarge it. And I'm going to enlarge it to about 0.15. And I'm just going to see how that looks. Going to click preview. And if you want your border to be bigger than this, thicker than this, then you can. So now, as you can see, you have like these little cutouts right here. I would have to get in there and cut that out. So I'm just going to see how it would look if I made it bigger. Click preview, because I don't want to have to go in here and cut that out. So I'm just going to go to 20, and now I don't have to cut on the inside of that. So that's perfect. All right, so I'm going to click OK. And this is where you can come in and you can change the color. So for this patch, I'll probably keep the background white. I'm going to come up here. As you can see, I have one color. I'm going to click two colors because I want to have two. Actually, I'm going to create, and I'm going to create the border, and then that's going to be the third color. So I'm going to create two for right now. I'm going to click apply. The first color I'm going to make, let's make it like a gold just for right now. The second color, let's make it black. Okay, but we want to make sure the inside is filled. So for the offset, I want to make sure it's a stitch. Right now it's not stitched. You only see the satin stitch for the word. So we have to make this offset a complex fill. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to convert to complex fill. There we go. Now what I need to do is I need to move the complex fill to the back. So I can right click again, click order, and I'm gonna click to the back. Loving the way that looks so far, but we need a border. So now I'm going to go back to utility and I'm going to create a border. All right, so now you can see the border, but now I need to make this a third color so I can really see it. I'm going to zoom in. You can see that satin finish right there around it, but let's see what it would look like if I had a different color. All right, so I will come back up to the top and now I'm going to click on 3. Going to click on 3, and as you can see that automatically changed to green. I don't know about the green, but let's just see if we want to make it a different color. Let's see what goes with gold, and white is too easy, but any color you want it to make it, you could make it color. Now for my border, I do want to see if I can make it thicker because this last time it wasn't thick enough for me. So I want to make my red border a lot thicker. I didn't do it on the first one. So now I'm going to show you where you can change it. So right here where it says 2.0, make sure you're under the correct one. So when you hover over it, it'll tell you. So automatically this is the text one, and this is going to be for my border. You see it highlights, you see the red outline, and then this one is going to be for the complex fill. So make sure you have the right layer highlighted. And now as you see for the width in millimeters, it says 2.0. So let's take that up to 3.0, and I'm going to click apply, and automatically it gets a little bit thicker. All right, so we'll see how that does, and I think I'm going to leave it this color for right now. I'm kind of liking the yellow, gold, and red, and if I want to change it, I can change it inside. Right now this is measuring at 6 by 2, which is a little bit too big for me, so we're just gonna bring it in, change the size. The size is right at the top. It's 5.45 by 2.30, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller. All right, so we got almost 5 by 2, so I'm gonna leave it at that size. So now I'm using Chroma and I'm using the Ricoma, so I'm going to save this as a DST. So whatever software, whatever machine you're using, just make sure you save it under the correct format for you. And I'm just going to name this Hustle Patch and save it as a .dst. Let's go stitch it out. So here I am starting out with the I'm Blessed patch, and I got this again from Creative Fabrica. I'll have it linked down below in the description box. I'm using felt cutaway for my stabilizer and for my backing, and I'll show that all before I do the next one. I just jumped in and I started doing this. So now the first thing it does is it lays down the complex fill stitch, then it comes back and creates, you know, the top layer, and then it does the border. But again, for this one I didn't tweak, I didn't make the satin border bigger, but you'll see it in the next one. And then it comes back and it lays down your design or your words or whatever it is. So this was just, you know, my first little demo that I'm showing you guys, but I'm going to show you everything step by step in the next patch. So I really love this panel. I really love this machine. I'm using the Mighty Hoops. You can get free shipping if you want to order some Mighty Hoops if you use my link down below in the description box. But just enjoy as I make these patches, and as you see it come to life. It's so easy and so simple. So stay tuned. I'm going to take you step by step on how to do this once I done. All right, I'm gonna take this one out and of course clean it up and cut it out. All right, here's the first one that I did. Kind of a little bit too big for me, but your patches can be any size you want. So I'm gonna pop this one out. This is what it looks like on the back, nice and clean. I'm just gonna of course clean it up some. So now again, you can use whatever material you want. This is felt along with cutaway stabilizer. You can use just cutaway. Some people use water soluble. Some people use plastic. So I am going to, and typically you would want to use the same color as your backing. So I should have used black, but I couldn't find my black. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this out, cut it close to it, and then clean it out. So this is why I like a thicker border. So my next one, I'm gonna have a nice thicker border, satin border, so it's easier to cut. So I'm going to just cut right up close to the edge, so that way none of that red is showing, none of the red felt is showing. And again, this is why you want, whatever your border is going to be or whatever your background is going to be, you would pretty much want the same color. So me and my crazy self, but this is again just for demo purposes, but I will clean it up as best as I can. So you just want to be very careful not to cut the actual thread. Some patches can be very complex with a lot of, you know, curves and edges, so you just want to be really careful. And then you can take like a lighter and clean up the edges as well. So then I'm going to take a smaller scissor and like really try to get in there. I don't want to see any of the red if I can help it. Okay. So of course I will clean this up some more, and I'll do that a little bit later on. But this is going to be my first patch, nice and sturdy. And I like my patches thick because I want them raised off of the garments, all right? Especially if I'm putting it on a hat, I want them nice, firm, and thick. So I always pretty much use felt twill with the cutaway backing, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead, do the next one, and then we'll clean these up once we're done. So for my next patch, the one that you just saw me create inside of Chroma, so I'm going to show you how you can duplicate your patches and make multiple. So I'm going to be using the next size up, and this is my 6.25 by 8.25 Mighty Hoop, and I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to use the cutaway again. You can use really large hoops. If you're doing this for a business or for someone who requires a bunch, you want to know how to duplicate it, not just make one at a time. So I'm using the felt on top of this. This is the white felt this time. And then I'm going to just snap that in place just like so. Let's head on over to the machine. So this particular machine that I have, I love this 10S panel because it just makes embroidery so easy. So I've already uploaded my file using the USB, and now I'm going to come in here to design settings, and I'm going to rotate it. I don't want to flip it, I want to rotate it. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees because I'm going to do multiple. If you're just doing one, you can keep it that way. And I'm going to now move it over. Actually, we're going to move it over this way to the left. So I'm using the arrows, and I could have tapped it twice to move it faster. Yeah, so we'll do that. And now I'm going to hit the duplicate button, and down here where it says horizontal, I'm going to duplicate it 2 times. I'm going to click save, and I'm going to, right now you can't see that as 2, so I'm going to separate it by inches. I'm just going to hit 1 so I can show you. I already know the spacing that I want. I'm going to click save. As you can see, the second one appeared, but it's way too close. So I'm going to come back under here, and now I'm just going to click 3. This is going to be the distance in between. So that's a perfect distance. I could probably fit 3 in here if I wanted to. Let's see if I can fit 3. So I'm going to take the spacing to 2, bring it in. Oh, no. So let's go 2.5. 2.5, save. And now I'm going to go back to duplicate, and I'm gonna do 3. Let's see. Yep. So now I'm just gonna space it, make sure they're all in frame, and now I can have 3 patches. So let's go ahead and make 3 hustle patches. All right, I'm gonna click OK. And just to show you that there was a horizontal and vertical, so if I was going down, then I would do it down for the vertical side, but since I'm going horizontal, all I had to do was input the spacing and how many I wanted on the horizontal side. Alright, so now I'm going to select my colors just to make sure I have all my colors selected, and I can actually do them each different colors. So I'm going to make one a different color. So I'm just going to input it. The white is going to be for the background, the black is going to be for the border, the red is going to be for the inside. So I'm going to keep that one, but for the second one I'm going to make it a different color. So I'm going to make that one black. We're going to go 2, The red I'm going to change to my number 5, like a nice little gold color. And for my third one, let's do a purple and gold one. So we're going to do the background purple. My purple color is 8. We're going to do the border in black, and we're going to do the words in gold as well. So each one is going to be a different color. So let's see how this turns out. I'm going to click save. And just so you can see up close, I know it was zoomed in down, but as you can see, each patch is going to be a different color. So I'm just now going to hit save. And we're going to go ahead and start to embroider these patches out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I didn't even trace this out. I completely forgot that step. But I should be good. It might be a little bit too high. I would have had it more in the center, but I think I'm good. Don't ever forget that step. So I was worried about the spacing, but the spacing is actually pretty spot on because I did have it centered on the screen, so everything looks perfectly centered. So I genuinely love how on this particular panel you get to see every color displayed, as long as you input the right colors in the thread, because you can have different colors showing if you don't put the colors in correctly. But if you do that, you'll be able to see exactly what your stitch out will look like on screen beforehand. And now this is what it's stitching out. So if you are thinking about getting a new machine or adding an additional machine, make sure you get one with a 10S panel because it is literally an upgrade to the old panels. And just like that, all done. And it just framed out and the music just stopped. We're all done. So I'm going to take these out and pop these out. Alright, so I'm going to pop these out. Let me know which color is your favorite. Let me know which color is your favorite. Alright. So again, this was the felt with the cutaway backing. So I'm just going to separate them and cut them down. Put all my hoops up, out the way. Okay, and now I'm just going to cut around them. So I'm trying to get as close as I can up in these grooves. And again, you can do this so many different type of ways. You can also do this with glitter vinyl, glitter HTV, fabric. So if you wanted to do that method, if you wanted to like make this a glitter patch, the background wears black glitter or something, which that would be awesome. You would just need to do it as like an applique, so that way you can lay your fabric down. And that would be perfect because that would just tear right off. So you just want to cut off any loose thread and then cut up close. I would make sure that I'm trying to use the exact same color material as the border, if possible. You know, sometimes you don't, sometimes you can't, but then you would just make sure you would clean up your edges as best and as close as you can, so that way it doesn't show. I'll just go ahead and magically cut this one off. And this one is done. Okay, so now let's go ahead and apply the Heat and Bond. So I'm going to use the Heat and Bond Light, the Ultra Hold. So this is the one that you want to get. It's linked in my Amazon store. I'll have it linked down in the description box below. So I'm just going to take the Ultra Bond and I'm just going to cut a piece off for each one. You just want to make sure you have enough to cover the design. Okay. So I'm just going to do this and cut each one out. So I'm going to do this one. And I'm cutting only one of the hustles so that way I'll save it when it's time to actually apply those. So I am going to be using my mini Cricut press today because it's just easier and faster than doing a heat press. But you can use a heat press, you can use a manual press, you can use your home iron. You can use anything literally to apply the Heat and Bonds to the back of your patches. So I got my cutout for my Heat and Bond. I'm going to take a Teflon and I'm going to lay it down on this side because the remainder of the Heat and Bond is going to have some residue on it. So I'm taking the rough side. You want to take the rough side and you want to put it to the back of the patch. Okay? Put it to the back of the patch and I'm just going to press it down this way. Let's see if this can reach. Okay, and I'm just gonna press it over. I have this on 320 degrees and I had it on 15 seconds, literally, because that was just the last setting that I used it. Only takes a few seconds to apply the heat. Okay, alright, so this is really hot. I'm going to move it to the side, but as you can see, the Heat and Bond is activated on the sides. That's shiny now, so now you know that it turned into the glue, and I didn't want that to get on the pad, so that's why I'm using the Teflon sheet. So I'm gonna put one of these on a hat. I'm gonna see which one. What color do y'all like the best? Which one do you like the best? Let's see which one is gonna match a hat, and I'll show you how you can apply a patch to a hat. I'm really feeling the gold and purple one, but that black and gold is hard too, so I'm really liking it. But today I'm going to press the white, black, and red one on the red hat. Yeah, that's gonna look real nice. All right, perfect size. This is a baseball cap with the brass buckle in the back. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. All right, so I'm going to do the exact same thing. Rough side is up. I'm going to put it to the back of this. Make sure that's down. And make sure I have it held down. So just put a little bit of pressure on it. Okay, I'm going to make sure we got that glue adhered, and we do. So I'm going to let that settle in. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one, and as you can see, the glue is applied. So now all I have to do is just heat this on whatever surface I'm going to use. Okay, just tear the rest of the excess away, and now I have my patch. Okay, if I'm selling these, I don't tear this off. I send that with them and then they pull it off. Okay, but either way, nothing happens to this. This is not activated. It won't get stuck to anything until it's pressed. So you can send it either way. So you can send it just like this, or you can send it with that so they can peel it off themselves. Completely up to you. So I'm going to be using my TransPro Plus heat press that I got from Pro World. This is like the matching set to the actual heat press that I have, the TransPro Plus heat press, which is right there. So it's still warming up in the back. So it's going up to 325 and it's set for like 20 something seconds. So I'm just going to take this out. You want to remove the inside, the little cardboard that comes with it. So I'm going to raise the lever in the rear, just like so, and I'm going to pull it down. I'm actually trying to determine if I'm going to need a pressing pillow underneath, and I don't think I will. I have a little small pressing pillow that you can put underneath, but I'm not going to use it because the dad hats are really flexible. If I was doing a a fitted or if I was doing a snapback, then I would. So I'm going to put it on, put it in position where I want it. Try to get it nice and centered, and now I'm going to pull the lever down to lock it in place. Just making sure that's nice and flat so it can be pressed. And now I'm going to peel this off. Okay, I'm going to take away all that excess. Don't need that. It comes right off. And now I'm just going to place it exactly where I want it on the hat. Making sure that looks good. I am going to use a little bit of tape just to hold it in place, because why not? It's right here next to me, so I might as well use it. So I'm just going to take some heat resistant tape. It is thundering and lightning outside. Storming. This weather has been crazy. I don't know about y'all, but it's been raining so much. Okay, give you guys an up close look. That's what it looks like right here. Got the hat in place. Okay, and we're gonna press it down. I'm just gonna bring the Teflon sheet right here, and normally I have a small piece of Teflon, but I don't have it today. So I'm just gonna hold that down like that, press that on the hat, and lock it in. Now this is a manual hat press. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It doesn't pop up. You have to lift it up yourself. So we're gonna see how this does. And I don't like, because it's so hard to lift up. If you've seen me use this heat press before. All right, I'm gonna unleash the lever. Okay, that's what it looks like right here. Making sure everything is not down. I can tell everything is not down, so I might need to use the pressing pillow underneath, but this is like really a big one. So I'm gonna have to put it back. I'm gonna not use the Teflon this time, and I'm gonna see, making sure this is going all the way down. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, let's see this time. Hot, hot, hot. I think it's stuck now, so I'm just gonna let it cool for just a few seconds. Alright, that is it. It's not all the way secured, as you can see, so it's more secure at the bottom. I'm gonna have to do it again, but my power, literally everything just went out and came back on because it is storming really bad, and it keeps like going on and off. So I'm going to shut everything down and I'm going to call it a wrap. But this is technically how you would do it. It might have been too close to the top. As you can see, like the bin was right there. So I'll probably just go ahead and finish applying it by hand with the manual press. I have like a little mini one, but nevertheless want to show you how you can create your own custom patches real easy and simple. Yeah, I definitely have to finish applying that. The bottom is on really good, but I got to get the heat applied to the top. But I'm about to call it a wrap because it is storming so bad out and all my power just literally shut off and then shut back on. So I cut everything off really quick and I'm trying to hurry up and get out this garage. Otherwise, I won't be able to find my way out. Now I'll use my phone's flashlight. So I wanted to come on here and make this quick, simple video because I've never done a video on patches before. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. You can create whatever you want in a patch. Anything, any file, any design, you can turn it into a patch. If you don't want to create your own, you can actually go on Etsy or other websites and you can actually buy a patch file, or you can have someone to create it like Z Digitizing. So I'll have that link down below in the description box. And if you are interested in any of the products that you see me working on today in today's video, whether it be an embroidery machine, a hat press, definitely go ahead, click the links down below in the description box, and remember all the different steps that I tried to show you for making your patches. Go ahead, create some beautiful patches. Remember to always hustle, keep pressing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my future videos. Because y'all be asking me, did you do a video on that? Did you do a video on that? Yes, I did. Other than patches, but now I can say I have a video on patches. So make sure you turn on that bell so that way you don't miss out on what's coming up next. As always, keep hustling, y'all. Keep grinding like I know you are. Keep building your business and keep coming back for more videos, future tutorials. Let me know what else that you might want to see, and let me know what methods that you use for your patches. All right, and also if you want, you can always tag me, show me your work on social media, on Instagram at Katrina's_graceful creations, so that way I can check out what you're doing. All right, I gotta get out this garage before the power goes back out. Pray it doesn't. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later. Love you. Bye.